welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, so in this edition of Hobonichi Weeks Wednesday, I will be talking through my process for this week. We'll go over what I did for last week and then end the video like usual with what I ate for the last work week. This is new. If you had seen my Saturday video, you'd seen this briefly, but I did get another Moturn cover from Amazon in beetroot, and I really love the cover. It is only different in the kind of dusty rose one that I had, and then that one only had one little button. This one actually, I guess because of expansion purposes, it actually has two, and I do appreciate that. On the inside, I do have my one piece, and I was playing around with how this was laid out, and I realized that if I put them both on the inside, this little notebook here does bend, but I don't have that big gap over there. I don't know why it seems better in my mind if I have a gap here, but it does. So this is how I'm going to leave it. I do have this clip here, not so much for the Hobonichi, but when I'm in this notebook, I clip these two things together, and then I don't actually really need to take this out. This notebook is going to be super functional for me. As you can see, it's just pen and highlights, and that's just because it helps me visually distinguish between different jobs and different days that I'm doing those jobs on. And that's all this notebook is going to be. So from week to week, it's just going to be a running scale, so no stickers or anything like that. So let me take this out just because it's easier. I also did pick up this little weekly insert here, and that actually is necessary to talk about for this. Now, without the weeks in there, or without the weeks so chunky in there, it definitely lies a lot better. But I do want to have just the one system versus having this in a cover and then my weeks in a separate cover. So I'm just going to work around that. I might look for a clip that has a smaller footprint, and then when I go into 2024, I definitely will be more cognizant of the fact of it getting chunkier. I mean, as planner systems go, this isn't that chunky, but when you stack it all up together, it does get a bit thick, and I've learned that I don't like that. So this is my one piece January Start English edition. I have actually found a really good use for this thing right here. I had bought this last year with the Hobonichi stuff, and I tried using it in one of my journals, and it just would not work for me. I didn't get it. But I have found that it is really easy for me to keep this closed, especially when I have it in there. And then it's also easy for me to just slip it in the back when I'm using it. This pocket came with this cover, so it's not the sticky one that you get with the Hobonichi Weeks, and I think that's better because this one definitely has a little bit more hold than the sticker one would have, especially if it's going to leave that much or hold that much in place. I do have to play around a little bit with where I put my inbox sticker because my most used tabs are at the bottom, but if I just play around, then as you can see, it just cuts across like that and it works perfectly. So for this week, I decided to set it up again off camera, used some stickers that I had in my stash, and I decided to make my completed task list a little wider and then just do an accumulation for the entire week. Just looking forward, it's currently Sunday, the 3rd of September, just looking forward to what I plan to do for the work week. I actually will be working Monday, which is a holiday here in the US. But the task that I plan on working on this week will be a lot of large jobs and hopefully not as many small jobs. I'm keeping this space right here just in case I need extra space to write those completed tasks down. Otherwise, if at the end of the month or end of the week that I don't need this space, then I might just jot a few thoughts down. I am playing around with some stamping in here. I do like the effect of either stamping or stenciling as a background and then seeing the writing on top of that. And so even though there's going to be writing on here, you'll still see a little bit of a ghosting through it. This is just some stamps I have in my stash and then a Tim Holtz Distress ink. Because the ink is so light, I think it's like smoky something or other, there really isn't much by way of ghosting or bleed through. I'd be okay if it happened, but that's definitely going to be a colorway that I'll be using in the future, especially if for 2024 I decide to do more stamp heavy than sticker heavy, which would make me a little sad because I love my stickers, but in that way I can control a little bit more on the thickness. Here I will continue to do breakfast and lunch. I'll insert a picture here. I'll also talk a little bit about it at the end of the video when I actually show you the video, but the lunch in the cafeteria went up to $8, and that's in and of itself not unexpected. Everything is just more expensive these days. But the picture you see here is exactly how I bought it. So a hamburger patty, mashed potatoes, and some frozen vegetables reheated. Now at $6, this would have already been, I don't want to say not enough. I mean, I didn't eat it all because I actually didn't like the taste of some of it, but it just, I don't see the value. If I can, because I know that there's spots like 7-Eleven or this little bento shop where I can spend the exact same amount of money and get maybe 2 different meals. Now the cafeteria is sort of a last resort. Either I didn't want to eat what was in my stash, or it sounded good by way of a menu item, but again, that's just not enough value for me. And I mean, if I'm going to be spending my money in other things, I don't want to spend $8 on something like that and then be 1, disappointed, and 2, not even like how it tastes. So I'll write it down just to have it again as a backup. Although honestly, this information is online. I could look there. But that might actually be going away. The writing of the individual lunches that I have, I always tie to what was tied in the cafeteria, but because I film it, it doesn't actually really is necessary. So we'll see how that goes. But the completed task really is a one thing that I do need on a weekly basis. This was last week. Again, very, very busy week for me, but that's good. I did get a lot done. I am liking the vertical layout and just being able to kind of project the kind of tasks that I'm going to need to do. I might flip-flop between this layout and this layout to kind of lead into the end of the year. I'll see how this works really by way of the amount of tasks that I am doing. If you notice, I didn't mark anything differently for my work from home days. So looking at this, I wouldn't exactly know exactly what my work from home days are, but my work from home days are marked on the office calendar. So for any reason I get asked, okay, well, what did you work on your work from home days? I will coordinate with the calendar in the office, and then I have all the tasks for that particular day written there. And it's just one less thing to have to think about, to remember to do. And I kind of like that. But tons and tons of pen work, just a little bit of deco. It's actually not even that remarkable or not that noticeable, but it works for me. This one is definitely more vivid. I was definitely feeling more darker stickers, and then I had found these when I had gotten that other A5 cover, and so I'll be using them as well because they were some of my favorites in 2021 and 22. Yes, that's how old they are. But I'm just really loving the layout, and by the time all of the text is on the page at the end of the week, then this actually won't be as stark or as noticeable. Or if it is, either way, it's going to be pretty to me. Now what you might notice is missing is I did not put any space for my daily tarot pull, and that's because that's what's going to go in here. I did pick this up from Amazon. This is a spring start, so it starts in April. This is sort of an accessory for the A6 original Hobonichi, which is which is this. So I have the Avec. This is back from 2022. And so what it is, and I don't know if I still have to show you. Yes, so it's a system, whether you get in one book or two, doesn't matter, the system's the same in the A6 size. You get the monthly calendar, and then you jump into a daily. The A6 size, which is the smaller size, does not have the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. And so the way that Hobonichi kind of got around that is by creating this, because this is just an entire book full of weeklies. And it's smaller than this, so if you wanted to, you could actually insert it oh, there's something in that pocket. And then have it as a system. So for me, I plan to keep this with this system here and just put my daily tarot pulls, because I have really been enjoying that. Now, although this starts the end of March 2023, I actually don't care. I'm starting September 1st, and I will just go through this until I am done with this. So this is for an entire year. So this should be done, if my math is right, September of next year, and then I'll just get another one. And again, because it doesn't matter what the year is, I can leave this because it did start in 2023. It's easy enough to open to see when I actually started it, and it's not a lot of space. And so I actually just do the entire writing in this space, which actually this here, there's a little bit that I added, but otherwise this actually was what's in that one, but I wrote a little bit bigger and there's less words per space. So it definitely will be enough for my daily tarot pull, and I am looking forward. Now this is something, and I forgot to do this page, that I don't plan to do a lot of stickers in, if any. I don't care what all of this says, that's irrelevant to me. I can just look past it, but I don't want this, again, to add bulk, because I do have multiple systems in here. I am just really trying to alleviate that, because I also do have some things that I need in these pockets as well. All right, guys, well, that was just a really, well, maybe not quick, but a brief overview of the week I'm going into, the week that I just finished, some of my new systems. Honestly, I might just put this in this little pocket here, and how I've been using this. And I'm so happy with the color. This, I love the Moterm covers anyway, just because I love the leather and I love the feel of it. But also I had noticed twice already on that light pink one, I had gotten some ink on, and I'm usually not so precious about my things, but that really bothered me. So I'm like, let me just get a darker color that isn't black or brown. So yeah, that's it. I'd love to know what you guys think of my setup with all of my different notebooks and whatnot. And if you're still interested, go ahead and stay tuned for what I ate in the last work week. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha. Hey guys, lunch for today, Monday, August 28th, is a breakfast bento from a local eatery called Shige's. For breakfast, I had a tuna sandwich, water throughout, and I had an iced coffee midday, well, about an hour ago. Our AC is down, so it's kind of hot, but I do have a fan in my office if you hear anything weird. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Tuesday, August 29th, is some leftover Portuguese bean soup that we had over the weekend. At this point, it's kind of a stew, so it's kind of thick like a stew, but it's still soup. Yeah, that's from Rachel Ray. Anyway, there's potatoes, carrots, beans, Portuguese sausage, beef, It's very hearty. It's quite delicious, but this is the last of it. For breakfast, I had a ham sandwich on toast because I'm home, so I could fix it like that. I've had water throughout, and because I'm home, my coffee will actually happen midday. All right, guys, well, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, guys, lunch for today, Wednesday, August 30th. Is just something I cobbled together. We had beef hot dogs from Costco last night for dinner, so I just warmed that up. That's one of those mac and cheese microwavable ones. They're actually not my favorite, but they are quick. I did add some taco seasoning to it, and it does make it better. I've got a salad there that has iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and pickles, and then of course ketchup and mustard for my hot dog. I'm a meatosaurus, so I have to have meat with every meal. Breakfast, I had a ham sandwich with water throughout, and then I'll have my coffee this afternoon. That's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Thursday, August 31st, is this. Now, they raise the prices in our cafeteria, so this is an $8 lunch. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go there again because, I mean, it's $6. This would have already been pushing it, but yeah. Anyway, breakfast was a ham sandwich. Sorry, I'm in a meeting. I'm trying to get a lot of things done before I leave today. Water throughout, coffee midday. That's it for today. I'll see you guys. Hey guys, lunch for today, Friday, September 1st. Happy September. Is a hodgepodge of things. So this is an arabiki bun. Arabiki is a pork sausage, has a bit of a snap. It's inspired by German sausage, but it's Japanese. That's where it comes from. Although this is made in Hawaii. Yeah, I know, it's quite international. Yesterday, they picked up some cornbread with chilies in it. So that's what that is, with some butter. That is some madras lentils, which taste like chili to me. And I like my chili with mustard and ketchup. I like my sausage with mustard and ketchup. It's quite the international plate now that I'm thinking about it. Breakfast, I had a ham sandwich. It's been pretty busy, but not crazy busy, so that's good. I probably will work some hours this weekend. It's a long weekend for Labor Day holiday this Monday, just to catch up on some things, but I'm definitely in a better place mentally, well, as of 12:32 p.m. September 1st, than I have been like even last week, so yay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope you have or had a great weekend. Bye.